Welcome to Deep Thought. Cool to be nerds. Cool to be nerds. You know what? I was thinking about that because y'all know if y'all been following me a while, I'm that type. I be thinking about everything. I see some. I was thinking about like the couple birds nests that are under my deck here. That's just me. And now I got a bird's nest in my tree out front. I'll be thinking about it. It's like I draw a lot of animals. Just as an aside, real quick, you know how I go on tangents. I remember I was pulling into my driveway, and there was a dog just staring at me, giving me that look. I was like, hey, dude. First he was looking at me while I was still in the car. I was like, hey, dude, you know me? Maybe be some puppy I had in a past life or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's cool to be nerds. You know why I was thinking about it? Because you know me. I told you, I still collect comic books. Proud of it, too. Comic book collector and everything. So I'll be checking out some stuff. And, I told fellas, like, I've said it before on my main channel when I'm talking about relationships. Because a bunch of guys think, oh, women wouldn't want me. I'm into anime. Or I'm into comic books. I'm like, there's plenty of women into it. There's plenty of women. In fact, I know a very attractive young lady. I'm like talking her into becoming a model. She's that attractive. Gorgeous. She's big on anime. But I was just thinking about that just in general. And I've talked about this before, how one of the best things, especially, with social media and all of that, is allowing people to be more free. Like I always talk about subcultures. People are free to do what they want. And now it's easier for them to find a community. One thing is cool with being nerds is, yeah, you ain't that big fashion model or that cool dude, that beefcake or that hot girl or something like that. And it don't matter. You free to do it, whatever you want to do. You free to do it, and it's more of a community because you got the comic book conventions, other stuff, stores, groups coming together. I remember my oldest son; he wanted to try out Dungeons and Dragons at this local game store, and I dropped him off, and he went in there. He didn't get into the dungeon. He said, "Man, it's too much." He just went back to his video games, but I noticed when I dropped him off, there was a lot of nice looking young ladies there. And I was just like, you know what? These nerds can come together. They can actually create communities because it's not shunned. You don't have to hide it. Everybody, you can be who you want to be. And that's just one example. It's like that with different groups, but sticking with the nerds, you can be that. You don't have to be like that cool cat, that cool person, got your hair done, got the flyest clothes. You can be as nerdy as you want and probably will find a mate behind it. I'm like, yeah, that's the thing. You can express yourself the way you want and it's actually considered cool. Shoot, you got maybe some movies, entertainment, everything. Shoot, where it's a good thing. Now, I know some guys might say, or some women too might say, no, I don't want to be a nerd. Okay, you don't have to be. That's still your choice, but there's more communities out here. It's more freedom. And like I said, the nerd thing is just an example. That's just an example. If you think about it, right, we do live in an era where people are generally free to be what they want. We won't get into the political discussions about some communities that catch the ire of from people both on the right and the left. Both on the right and the left, let's just be real. But I'll just say this, you do have that freedom. And I was thinking about the nerd thing, because I'm gonna tell you one thing I like about nerds. I like about nerds personally. They free to be who they are. See, that's the main thing, especially the nerd thing, because I remember coming up, if you were called nerd or something like that, something along those lines, you were looked down upon. If you were a dude, you didn't get the woman. If you're a woman, they just thought something was wrong with you. Now a woman can say, hey, You got subculture now, Gen Z subculture, gamer girls and everything now, and they can get into it. They can talk to you about it. In fact, I remember when I was working retail, I knew this. There was a fashion show at my particular store, and I had my sons up there to kind of watch it, right? And one of the models in it, who she was interesting. She was big on gaming. That was like one of the few times I saw my son putting his rap in. And they were just talking about video games. Because my oldest, he a nerd and proud of it, you know. And I was just like, they would get that rap on. I was like, man, and she a cutie too. I was like, yeah, dude, go ahead, yeah, do your thing. But it's important overall, because one of the things, and this is not just for being nerds, but just everything else, as I alluded to earlier, you just have freedom. It's important for people to be free to be who they are, not have to pretend, not have to like hide what they do. Like, I'm gonna be real, 20 years ago, if at my age I am now, if I was 58 20 years ago and got on some video, say, oh yeah, I'm getting comic books. You know, some people be like, hey, what's wrong? Hey, you should be out. It's like, now, shoot, they be like, hey, what you reading? Shoot, I be going to stores. I ain't even be, I was rare. I'm the oldest one in there. There be some guys in there getting this stuff, everybody happy. Now you got the movies and everything, you know? It's just a different thing. It's a different acceptance. So it's cool to be a nerd or whatever you're into, It could be whatever. And that's the beauty of it. And, you know, you can have the anime tattoos and everything. You know, and all of that is cool. Go to the Comic Cons and all of that. In fact, shoot, that's a business thing. This might be something for my business channel too. You know, you got something that's on that fantasy thing. In fact, I know somebody who got some fantasy books, a couple people. So, I mean, and that's the thing. But it's cool to be nerds. Cool to be nerds. Very important. Yeah, let your nerd come out. Let it fly. Let the flag fly. In fact, let me know if there's a nerd flag. I'm serious. I am dead serious. If there is one, let me know. Put a link in. I'm going to look that up as soon as I finish recording this. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to say, is there a nerd flag? Seriously, be having the whole neighborhoods and stuff of nerds. They proud of it too. Shoot, that'd be the place to be. Probably have like a bunch of bookstores and places where people can have debates and all of that stuff. But anyway, it's a cool thing. So anyway, y'all, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.